Hi, everyone, and welcome to the As I Amber podcast. I'm Amber, and I love to talk about music, travel, society, and pop culture. On today's episode, I want to get into the 64th Annual Grammy Awards, which airs tonight, which is Sunday, April the 3rd. The host will be comedian Trevor Noah. You might know him from Comedy Central's The Daily Show, as well as his book, Born a Crime, about him being raised in South Africa with a black mother and a white father. So that was an interesting book. But back to the Grammys, I think he'll be a great host. He has a thought process that's witty and funny, and we should see what happens. So, as we know, we're tired of hearing about the slap around the world, so I'm curious to know how they'll have security at the Grammys, because you know how people like Kanye and them feel when they don't win. They want to hop up on stage and snatch awards from people, regardless if it's needed, necessary or not. But security at award shows needs to be beefed up because we don't want no problems, So, speaking of music, for those of you who may or may not know, I recently completed a certification class from NYU, Tisch, and Billboard. It's the Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music. It's also a certificate program where you learn more about behind the scenes of the music industry. So it's music industry essentials. You learn about everything from how an artist is marketed to record deals, record contracts. How are people paid in this generation when people aren't buying CDs anymore, streaming, all those different things. And so I'm excited because I absolutely love music as well as journalism. I have a degree in mass communications. So I combined my interest and I really like the program. Anyhow, going back to the Grammys, let's shift gears a little bit here. I'm not an expert, but I do feel like I have a wide, vast range of, music tastes. I love pop. I love R&B. I love hip hop and rap. So the categories this year are just really interesting to see who is nominated and who will win. So for the first category that I want to talk about, because I love R&B, is Best R&B Album. The nominees are Snow Allegra for Temporary Highs in the Violet Skies, Jon Batiste for We Are, Leon Bridges for Gold Digger Sound, Her for Back of My Mind, Jasmine Sullivan for Hotels. And this is just the Best R&B Album category. Now, cohesively, I listen to all these artists, and I think it's going to be between Jasmine Sullivan and Jon Batiste. I could be wrong though, because I love Jasmine Sullivan because she could sing the alphabet to me and she sounds phenomenal. She's one of those artists that blends like the church sound, the gospel sound with R&B, and she sounds amazing live, and she can perform and put on a wonderful show. I didn't get an opportunity to go to her most recent tour, but I saw her a couple of years ago in Atlanta at One Music Fest. She sounds just like her album live. Like, her microphone is on. There was no lip syncing or anything. The next person in that R&B album category is Her for Back of My Mind. Now, I love her. She's so talented. She plays the piano, the drums, she sings. She's great and everything, but I didn't care for her entire album. I liked certain songs off of it, but that was it. It wasn't like unskippable. I skipped some songs off that album. When it comes to Snow Allegra, I feel the same way. Snow Allegra is beautiful. She kind of reminds you of Sade a little bit, but her album wasn't everything to me. y'all see how I did that. But anyhow, everything to me, Lost You. Those songs on that album are pretty good, but some songs were skippable, or maybe they just have to grow on me. As far as Leon Bridges, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really listen to him like that, but I have been reading a lot up on Jon Batiste, and I think he might be a contender to win a heavy hitter that night too. Tonight is also Best R&B Performance. So we have Snow Allegra for Lost You, Peaches by Justin Bieber featuring Daniel Caesar and Gavon. I hope I'm saying his name right. Damaged by Her, Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic. If you don't know who Silk Sonic is, that's Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. And Pick Up Your Feelings by Jasmine Sullivan. Once again, this category is pretty tough. I never considered Justin Bieber an R&B artist, but you know, the powers that be think that he is. So yeah, anywho. Pick Up Your Feelings by Jasmine Sullivan had everybody in their feelings, but Peaches was everywhere from TikTok and social media, and that is a heavy influencer these days with the Gen Z crowd, with the younger generation. Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic, Bruno Mars, and Anderson .Paak. That reached like your parents and your grandparents and your aunties and uncles generation because it sounds like a 70s vibe and aesthetic. But at the same time, it reached the millennials and Gen Z generations too. So that should be interesting. As far as Lost You by Snow Allegra, that's the vibe. You know, people get so caught up on how someone sings. Now, Snow, she can sing a little bit to me. She gives you more vibes, you know, like, you know, you cleaning up your house, you turn your candles on, just chill out music. And at the same time, some people get caught up on vibes versus vocals because we know Jasmine Sullivan can outsing like a lot of women in the R&B categories. But is your album good? Like, did people just like that one song off your 10-track album, or did they listen to everything cohesively? So that should be interesting. Also, Snow Allegra, I think she's from Sweden, so she kind of gives like an international audience, and her is also biracial. She's Filipina and Black, so she reaches a wider audience too. And sometimes when someone is more international or diverse, that could assist them in winning something. But Jasmine Sullivan, you know, R&B is heavily enthused in other countries, and people copy or try to mimic R&B all the time. So I feel like Jasmine Sullivan is very much deserving, although I personally preferred her reality show album versus Hotel's album, but Jasmine can sing anything. So I hope all is well and goes well tonight for those artists. Now we have the category that people might feel weird about, the best rap song. So the category nominees for best rap song are Sweetie and Doja Cat for Best Friend. That was a little song that was on TikTok and social media. That's my best friend. She's a real bad chick. It was cute. It was catchy, but it's nominated for Best Rap Song. But listen to this, in the same category, we have Kanye West featuring Jay-Z for Jail. J. Cole featuring 21 Savage and Maury for My Life. Baby Keem featuring Kendrick Lamar for Family Ties. And DMX featuring Jay-Z and Nas for Bath Salts. Now, when I hear those categories, the songs in those categories, and we have the only female representation is Sweetie and Doja Cat. Meanwhile, we had Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and just various, you know, female rappers who I feel have a better flow than Sweetie and Doja Cat. Like, what was that about? Who put them in the category? Like, yeah, I see why other award shows were created so that other people could get representation. Also, for Best Rap Album is Donda by Kanye West, Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler, the Creator, King's Disease 2 by Nas, Certified Lover Boy by Drake, and The Off Season by J. Cole. So that should be an interesting category to see who wins what. There's so many categories. Only a certain amount can be nominated on television because we would be sitting there all night if we had to watch each and every single person category that was nominated for an award or received an award. So some stuff is televised, some stuff is not. Shout out to all the people that are nominated, from the musicians, the songwriters, you know, the performers, the singers, the dancers, the background vocalists. Everybody involved helps create a song. The marketing departments, the PR departments. I'm just looking at each category, and Ariana Grande is in a category. BTS for Butter. Justin Bieber for Peaches, Kiss Me More, Doja Cat, and SZA. A lot of the little poppy songs that we hear on social media all the time are nominated, so that should be interesting. But I absolutely love Ariana Grande. Her Positions album sounds more R&B to me than pop, but Ariana has a voice where she could sing an R&B hook like she did on 2 Chainz' Rule the World, or she could sing a pop song like 34, 35, those kind of songs like that. So the Grammys is always interesting, but I really think that the heavy hitters tonight might be BTS, Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, Jasmine Sullivan, as well as her. But there might be some people that be the underdogs that take it all. So we'll see tonight on CBS. In other news, besides talking about music, I recently went to this Uptown festival in my hometown. And it's not really a festival, but it's like a marketplace where on Saturday mornings there's different vendors and they sell different things. So I went to the Columbus, Georgia marketplace and I got a seesaw and orchid candle by Black River Candle Company. It's a 3-wick candle. Smells amazing, and they're cheaper than Bath and Body Works. And the owner is Brittany Brown. She's a Black woman that runs and operates the company, and it's all natural and smells so good. So support a Black business. And other news, I have been reading, y'all know I'm reading Rainbow over here. I've been reading Get Good with Money by Tiffany Aleche, better known as the Budgetnista. She started off as a preschool teacher during the recession in 2008. You know, so many people lost their jobs and so much has happened since then. But she gives some amazing tips about how to budget, how to be great with money. And she's a Black female as well, so check her out. She talks about money in a non-condescending way. And, you know, we factor in gender and systemic racism and socioeconomic status equality or inequalities that, you know, impact people financially. So those are the things that I'm doing. I have a playlist. Y'all can check it out on asiamber.com. Also, like, subscribe, follow, leave a good review, and let me know who are your predictions or what are your thoughts on the Grammys on CBS. Let me know. Later, good afternoon, or good night.